Our guest today is Heike Philp, aka Gwen Wasif Online, is the CEO of Let's Talk Online, providing technology support for language learning and events via virtual technology and virtual worlds. In addition, Heike co-initiated two European-funded projects and worked with 35 European partners, including 17 universities, to develop accredited and certified teacher training courses. I want to welcome Hiker, and I will pass the mic to you.
Thank you very much, Carolyn or Meg. Thank you very much for this lovely introduction. And hello to the audience, which is a very impressive audience. Not only that we are high in numbers, but we're also very, aged, I would say. Aged as in, the avatars are quite seasoned. Not that we show wrinkles, that we say. Everybody in the, could I just ask the audience to give me a quick, thank you, a quick feedback as to the lag, because we're streaming. Could you just say, yes, we hear you in text chat? Mature, that's delightful. That's the lovely word for it. No, so that I get a bit of a feeling for the no lag. Well, delay because you're streaming. I mean, okay, there we go. Thank you very much. That's wonderful. I'm going to talk today about games used in engaging virtual environments for real-time language education, which is a bit of a mouthful, but you'll find out in the end why this is so. First of all, I would like to say sorry for Letizia Cinganotto, who is not here tonight. She has been scheduled to co-present with me. We did indeed co-present in Padua this year in June at the very, very prestigious Immersive Education Conference. It was Immersive Italy that they staged this year, a summit, their, I think the 6th or 7th European summit that they staged here in Europe and in Italy. Interestingly, Indire, who is the which is the research organization within the Italian Ministry of Education, of whom Letizia is a part of, and she's a researcher. Indire was the main sponsor of this conference. And interestingly, what I find is that on the European playing field of this kind of interest in virtual worlds, Italy is quite ahead of things. And this is why the Immersive Education Conference, does anybody know of the Immersive Education Conference here? Surely you must know of Aaron Walsh and his work with Harvard, Stanford, for about 10 years. Oh yeah. Meg says yes. Anybody else know the Immersive Education Conference? Well, it was a very, very impressive event in Padua this year, and so we presented there. We're due to present together at other places. And I'm so sorry that Letizia cannot be here. I mean, she apologizes and says ever so sorry. She has, Aaron Walsh, a fantastic man, very, very impressive. Also the way how he communicated throughout the whole conference as a moderator from beginning to end in beautiful down-to-earth English to explain really technical stuff to an Italian, mostly Italian audience. Was wonderful. So let me start my presentation about our project in the virtual world called Edmondo, which is an OpenSim installation. Indira has been running it for about 10 years, so they're also quite experienced with this. And especially they've been teaching and training teachers, mostly primary and secondary school teachers, in the use of virtual worlds for that length of time. They do a beautiful, what I call very, very pragmatic research in schools. So they have interactive whiteboards in the school. They display then the virtual world of Edmondo. They have fantastic, typically beautiful Italian design of fantastic places such as, you know, old Roman replicas of that deal with history. Then mathematics is very high. Lots of CLIL teachers are actually in this world, and what they do is they take these kids there and then they play with them, they chat with them. I mean, they've got really, really beautiful research going on in this field, and they're already doing this for quite some time. So what we've done there is the following, because this is why Letizia approached me. She said, look, we've got this OpenSim installation now, and naturally it is closed because we have school children there. So it's not an OpenSim. It's access only, and when we take the kids there, sometimes we don't even know what to do with them. And language learning is a fantastic opportunity in virtual world, as everybody knows. A lot of people actually join Second Life to learn a language. They go into role-playing sims. They come out of it after a few months with fantastic English, fantastic language learning taking place. Beautifully communicative environment from text chat to voice chat. We know this. When you go into Second Life, you can learn a language. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't actually, yeah, you're right there. Thanks, Franz. I don't show many slides at this point. So this stays right now, because I will show you in a minute a video that summarizes our project. And I only have 8 slides. But okay, now the background of this project that we did in Edmondo is that Letizia approached me. She said, look, we'd like to take the kids, they would like them to learn a language, but we really don't know what to do with them. And this is the situation in OpenSim installations. It's not like Second Life. There are no people. It's just a 3D world, which is empty, sort of. Yeah. And until we get to that stage where we connect, like e-twinning school classes in virtual worlds environment, like Tila has done now a project, that is still early grounds. So I'm just watching the IMs. Now, I want to show you what we did. What we've come up with is the idea that language educators, as in general, they have a lot of language learning games at their disposition in their repository. Kind of quizzes, games is part of the nature of what we do in class anyway. So at this point we said, well, let's try to take those real life games and adapt them to our virtual environment. And we ran a 10-week methodology course in showing the teachers on how to do basic building and scripting skills, and gave them tasks, what to do. And the teachers in Edmondo are beautifully skilled, and they're very creative. And the impressive outcome of this 10-week methodology course is what I would like to present to you today in form of a video. The video is 4 minutes, so enjoy that beautiful experience as it outlines what we taught them and the results of what they've done. It's very entertaining. I will give you the URL also in main text chat, and I'll shut up for 4 minutes and then we are almost at the end of the talk. There's just one thing I would like to do, down to my heart. I have a little quiz for you, to the audience. By the end of this talk, I will want you to find out what is the name of the next EU funded project. I'll forward to the video in a minute. Okay, this is the quiz question. What is the name of the next EU funded project? And those of you who know, please don't write it down for the moment. those of you who know me. Those of you who don't know me, take this as a quiz question for this talk. What is the name of the next EU-funded project? Here's the challenge question. Okay, now I'm going to play this video for you. Some of you might be able to see it on the screen. Here we go.
It's a sentence-making board game. You've got 3 dice to roll. On one dice there are numbers from 1 to 6, of course. On one of the other dice there are 3 symbols for affirmative, negative, and question. Making board game. You've got 3 dice to roll. On one dice there are numbers from 1 to 6, of course. On one of the other dice there are 3 symbols for affirmative, negative, and question.
It's just a board on telling and asking for the time. I used this image of this clock and I put some sounds inside. Particularly if you touch o'clock, quarter past, half past and quarter to, you can listen to the sound.
3 o'clock.
As we entered the maze, we found questions on the path. If we could answer the questions correctly, then we would work our way through the maze. But if we answered the question wrongly, then we had to click on the ball and teleport back to the question. The ball actually gave us a complete response. It told us the answer and explained why and how the answer was right, so children would learn if they were wrong.
they talk about Hamlet and his story, and they decide to talk about this story all together, trying to record a podcast.
Hi guys, welcome. We are here today to talk about Hamlet. Hamlet is one of the most important Shakespeare's tragedy. Who's Hamlet?
I know. He's the guest of dinner.
Oh, very well, Maria Teresa. And Claudius, who's Claudius?
King.
He's the new king. It's Hamlet's uncle.
Very good, guys, very good. No!
Okay. I'm afraid even if you haven't watched all of the video, yes, you can see the rest of it. I've pasted the link into the main text chat. So just to wrap up, what is the quiz question of the day? The question was, what is the name of the next EU-funded project, which actually helps us explore this games in virtual environments, creating games. I mean, we are language educators. We have some games in petto, as you see. You've seen mazes. I mean, it's all very common stuff. The real element I think is still missing is that we need a lot more game design knowledge to make this a cohesive something in world that has value add. Thank you for typing done in the text chat. I would like to rephrase the question of this next EU-funded project, which I'm happy to put in as a proposal. We're still looking for partners. Two partners, especially in the area of game design and virtual worlds, we are still looking for. So I'm happy if you could approach me at the end of the talk. The question is, what's the name of the next EU-funded project? Anybody find out? So you've seen on the slides, we've done Avalon, we've done Camelot. The very first one, Lancelot, was in virtual classroom environments such as Adobe Connect. So, well, this is a slide about education. The Maze Runner is a good guess. Snake Dance. Anybody else a good guess? Sorry, I have to go ahead. I'm afraid I'll have to finish up. Here it is. So this will be the name of the next EU-funded project. It's Guinevere, games used in engaging virtual environment for real-time language education. Of course it had to be. Well, what we're still looking forward for the future to come. Excalibur about exchanging school classes in virtual worlds. How's that? And King Arthur is also still missing, but he is high on the list. Thank you very much for listening, everybody.
I want to thank Heike for joining us today. And I love how you came up with the names for these. How catchy and figuring out the words. That's awesome. People will remember these for sure. All right. Well, as a reminder to our audience, both online and in world, you can see what's coming up on the conference schedule at conference.opensimulator.org. Following this session, the next session will begin at 8:30 in this region right here. And it's entitled Exploring Creativity in Open Simulator, the Digital Art Museum. I love art, can't wait. Also, we encourage you to visit the OSCC16 Poster Expo. If you're in world, you can do that on the Sim specific. And the rest of you, we will be seeing you back here at 8:30. Thank you.